So I'm just going to let this play in the background. I haven't said anything that happened a while ago. But Coolio died. Coolio died. Artist Leon Ivy Jr. Artist Leon Ivy Jr. I remember when I watched this, and it's not a bad. You got a nice orchestra. You got a nice little orchestra there, and then you got Coolio, who seems like he's kind of like he's being a little arrogant. I remember he's like looking off into the distance as though we were supposed to worship him or something. But this was his moment. So it's a little bit of Coolio, Late Night with Conan O'Brien. I only got, there's 3 things here I wrote down in an 8th grade play. So I'm like 13 years old. I did a play, and I was killed by a rival gang member, and then at the end there's like a big major brawl over the killing. And then there's strobe lights, and Gangsta's Paradise was playing in the background. Gangsta's Paradise coming to my life during the Nader campaign and at Spalding University in 2008. I'm going to go to jail in 2008. I'm on Nader campaign getting signatures in Chicago, Illinois. And I went to jail for smoking a joint. Me and a friend went off to the side, smoked a joint. Cop saw us, threw us in jail in DuPage County. I did 3 days in jail. And when I got out, my car was still parked in the garage. Thank God. And I never heard a nicer song than Gangsta's Paradise when I got my freedom. Oh, it sounded so good. It sounded so good. In Spalding University, I had a teacher, and I just mentioned, essentially not to her, but just in general, how are you all able to teach me when you can't even reach me? A tiny bit of kindness would have gone, all the way, but essentially it's more about them having the power. They get the paycheck, they get the power, and they don't give a damn if their, teachings actually help you on your way. They just want the power during that time, which they take your thunder. They take away your... So instead of actually trying to, be decent, they went the oppressive, route. Should we be kind and, give them solidarity, or should we just oppress the shit out of them? Give you a bunch of bullshit looks, raise their fucking voices, manipulate you this way, that way. They say I got to learn, but nobody's here to teach me. If they can't understand, how can they reach me? And when Jesus had cried out again in a loud voice, he gave up his spirit. At that moment, the curtain of the temple was torn in two from top to bottom. The earth shook and the rocks split. Matthew 27:50-51. Artist Leon Ivy Jr. was born August 1st, 1963 in Los Angeles, California. He was raised mostly in Compton. His mother was a factory worker who divorced his carpenter father and moved to Compton when Ivy was 8 years old. Severely asthmatic, Ivy was a regular visitor to his local library. As a boy, he started rapping. As a teenager, earning the nickname Coolio Iglesias after Spanish singer Julio Iglesias, which was later shortened to Coolio. He was arrested for bringing a weapon to school and served prison time for larceny. As Compton declined in the 1980s, he became addicted to crack cocaine but quit drugs after spending time living with his father in San Jose. After attending Compton Community College, he worked jobs such as volunteer firefighting, security at the Los Angeles International Airport before becoming a rapper. And at 3 p.m, Jesus cried out in a loud voice, Eli, Eli, or Eloi, Eloi, Leah Sabachthani, which means, my God, why have you forsaken me? Mark 15:34. Later, knowing that everything had now been finished and so that scripture would be fulfilled, Jesus said, I'm thirsty, a jar of wine. Vinegar was there, so they soaked a sponge in and put the sponge on a stalk of the hyssop plant and lifted it to Jesus' lips. When he had received the drink, Jesus said, it is finished. And with that, he bowed his head and gave up his spirit. John 19:28-30. In 1995, Coolio released Gangsta's Paradise, featuring R&B singer LV for the film Dangerous Minds. It became one of the most successful rap songs of all time, topping on the Billboard Hot 100 for 3 weeks. was the #1 single of 1995 in the United States for all genres. It was a global hit, top in the United Kingdom, Ireland, France, Germany, Italy, Sweden, Austria, Netherlands, Norway, Switzerland, Australia, and New Zealand charts. Gangsta's Paradise was the second best-selling single of 1995 in the UK. The song also created a controversy when Coolio claimed that the comedy musician Weird Al Yankovic had not asked for permission to make his parody of Gangsta's Paradise, titled Amish Paradise. At the 1996 Grammy Awards, the song won Coolio a Grammy Award for Best Rap Solo Performance. Coolio had 10 children, one of whom was born to his wife, Josefa Salinas, whom he married in 1996 and divorced in 2000. In March 2022, he told Australia's Today Extra he had 5 grandchildren. So damn, 10 kids, 5 grandkids. Coolio was the running mate for pornographic actress Sherry DeVille's Democratic presidential run in 2020. He tried to run for president too? Unfortunately. September 28th, 2022. So, man, that's been a while. That was 3 months ago while at a friend's house in L.A., California. Coolio was discovered unresponsive on a bathroom floor. He was pronounced dead by first responders. He was 59 years old at the time of his death. Police had opened an investigation into his death, though foul play is not suspected, and Coolio's manager stated he appeared to have suffered cardiac arrest. So he overdosed? Is that what we're to assume? It seems like he had overdosed. Which sucks because you had that one comedian say he was just a cook. And so, you know, he should be okay just being a cook. It said Coolio was cremated in a private ceremony with no funeral service. His ashes were then encased in jewelry for his family, with the rest of his ashes going into an urn. So, shit. I'm ready to start slaying some dragons. I'm ready to start slaying some dragons.